Over there at the 1400 metres for race number 6 of the afternoon. They're off, and it was a great dispatch as well from the 1400. And top time away well with President Pegasus, Francis Maynell and Diamond Sparkle through towards the inside. Harold Wynn pushing forward between runners. Origin of Form, Time Defy. Now top time has drifted back over on the outside off the pace now with Matston. And then came View All Things, followed by Let's Have Fun on the rail from Monarch County. Super Rubik Kid is well back. And then came Cheerful Wong Choi. And the last one is Alabama Song. Racing down towards the 900 metres, and Francis Maynell is the leader. Byelingthon, President Pegasus running second as they roll down the side of the course. The pace is again only moderate. Right behind them is Diamond Sparkle in the trail, followed by Top Time 3 wide from Harold Wynn. Time to Fire on the inside. Matston with the backside to follow 3 wide, and then came Origin of Form, Monarch County on the 3 wide line. Let's Have Fun back and buried on the rail. Cheerful Wong Choi, the favourite's got a lot of work to do there. View All Things, he's well back with Alabama Song. Inside the 350 metres, Francis Maynell. Here's down the centre of the track, coming home with a big rush. Monarch County, he's put them to bed. 200 metres left to go. He left them in his wake and he's off and gone here. He's cleared out big time from Francis Maynell. Top time, Harold Wynn, but he's demolished them. Has Monarch County. Monarch County 4 lengths. Francis Maynell, Let's Have Fun, photo 4th. Harold Wynn or Matston. View All Things ran on at the death, followed by Top Time, and then came Time to Fire. Cheerful Wong Choi, Alabama Song, Super Rubik Kid, President Pegasus, Origin of Form, and Diamond Sparkle. That race was over at the 250. Monarch County for Casper Founds and Joe Moreira has gapped them. 8th Francis Maynell. Let's Have Fun, and 4th will be Harold Wynn just on the inside from Matston. Top Time and Time to Fire. The winner's gone off here at 7.9, but he's won like an odds-on pop here as Monarch County for his 3rd win at start 17. The son of Purin. Lined and ready. The gates spring back, they're racing, and the Golden Knight was slow out from the centre of the line. And Seraph Gabriel straight onto the pace here with Aerodynamics, Joy of Spring, Sword Point, and through on the inside is Mighty Strength. That's the top 5. Followed by Pope Cody, and then came Super Unicorn, Low Rider. Next is the Golden Knight, followed there by Fallon, and then came Legendary Years back on the inside, 4th from last. Enthusiasm back with him, 2 lengths away to the Boombox, and the last one is Call Me Magnifique as they run towards the 1250 metres. Up front, Sword Point, he wants to go a little quicker. He leads by just on 2 lengths. Aerodynamics second, 14.07 and 22.45. So both the early splits outside standard. Mighty Strength, he's 3rd on the inside of Pope Cody. And then came Super Unicorn. Joy of Spring 3 wide, no cover as they come to the end of the back straight around his stablemate Low Rider and the Golden Knight midfield over on the rail. And then came Seraph Gabriel, who's drifted well back now around Fallon, Legendary Years. Enthusiasm well back, as too is the Boombox, and Call Me Magnifique is still the last one. Rolling down the side of the 650 metres. Matthew Poon here with Sword Point. Still out by 2 lengths on Aerodynamics and Mighty Strength. Right behind them, Pope Cody, followed by Super Unicorn. Joy of Spring, the Golden Knight travelling okay, needs to get into the clear. Seraph Gabriel, Low Rider, and Enthusiasm further out on the track. Sword Point there with Mighty Strength. Pope Cody joining in strongly. Super Unicorn, and then came Joy of Spring, Seraph Gabriel. It is Mighty Strength here for Dylan Moe. He's out by 2.5 lengths. Super Unicorn. Dylan Moe before the champions, and Chada with winning bags one here with Mighty Strength. Mighty Strength 2.25. 2nd Super Unicorn. Photo 3rd. Seraph Gabriel kept coming in a lineup with Pope Cody. And Legendary Years was making ground on the rail. The Boombox not far away, and Fallon was staying on. The Golden Knight, Enthusiasm, followed there by Joy of Spring. He endured a tough run. Call Me Magnifique, Aerodynamics and Low Rider. They've pulled up quickly at the tail end of the field. Mighty Strength, Ricky Yu, Dylan Moe with the big Group 1 ride, and the next, of course, Dylan, 12.13. Pope Cody gets there for a 3rd, and next in, as they've run on by, was Seraph Gabriel. Legendary Years making ground with the Boombox towards the inside. Mighty Strength, the son of Time Test, Ricky Yu, Barrier 1. Top of the straight. 2,400 metres in the Group 1 Standard Chartered Champions and Chater Cup. They're racing. And Rusham Park was a little bit slow away from stall number 3. Romantic Thor going forward. Numbers staying out in the centre of the track, but they might be just trying to take a sit through the early stages. And the pace is not strong. Romantic Warrior next on the outside of Deep Monster. They're in turn followed by Gentleman Legacy, Cap Ferrar. Rusham Park is next, Kaying Generation, and Winning Wing the last one as they come down in front of the stands here for the final Group 1 of the season. A cheer from the crowd, and it is Romantic Thor. Zach Purton in control. They are going to sit second on numbers, but he's a little bit keen as they make the turn out of the straight. Deep Monster keen down on the rail from Romantic Warrior, and then came Gentleman Legacy. Back on the inside is Rusham Park as they head up the side towards the 1,600 metres. Then came Winning Wing, Cap Ferrar, and Kaying Generation last of all. They're about to head into the back straight, and it is Romantic Thor, 25.9 the lead section, and then 25.04. So it's a very slow tempo here in the Champions and Chater. Numbers pulling in keen second. Next is Deep Monster on the inside. He hasn't dropped his head for Moreira. Then came Romantic Warrior, who's about 6 lengths off the leader, and his stablemate Romantic Thor. Rusham Park on the inside of Gentleman Legacy, and then came Winning Wing, Cap Ferrar, and Kaying Generation as last of all at the 1,000 metres. Romantic Thor in front, taking them to the end of the back straight, out by a length and a half on Numbers, who's finally settled a little bit better. 2 lengths away is Deep Monster, followed there by Romantic Warrior and Rusham Park as Numbers now goes up to serve it to Purton here on Romantic Thor, and they get away by 4 lengths. Winning Wing back behind Rusham Park at the 700 metres. Gentleman Legacy, Cap Ferrar and Kaying Generation last of all. Romantic Thor comes around the turn here in the Champions and Chater with Numbers breathing down his neck. 5 lengths away, Romantic Warrior, Rusham Park and Deep Monster. It is Romantic Thor in front, 300 metres left to go with Numbers, but here comes Romantic Warrior with Deep Monster in the centre. He might have been slightly balked for a run, Deep Monster. Numbers, Romantic Warrior lifts on the outside. Romantic Warrior goes to the lead. A romantic ending to a flawless campaign. 3 jewels in the crown for Hong Kong's Ultimate Warrior. He sweeps the Triple Crown with victory in the Champions and Chater, and it's Group 1 number 15 in Hong Kong for Romantic Warrior, the favourite home, and has edged out a brave Numbers who was second. Great finish to our Group 1 feature, but it's Triple Crown glory for Peter Lau, James McDonald and Danny Shum. They were clear on the rest. Romantic Thor was brave. Deep Monster was there for third, and they were in turn followed by Winning Wing, and then came Rusham Park, Kaying Generation, Gentleman Legacy and Cap Ferrar. Scenes here at Sha Tin. Romantic Warrior. He can do anything. Behold a masterpiece. He is a legend, and he etches his name into the eternal stars. Movement in the stalls. They're away in racing now. Steps ahead, was just on the back foot at the start. And We Are Hero with some pace. So too Beauty Bolt and Healthy Happy driving through over on the inside. 6-pack Gorgeous Win steps ahead the next trio, followed in turn by Galactic Voyage. He jumped better today's midfield. On the inside of Juno Pride, 2 lengths away Mighty Mast, Mugen, and the last one is Infinite Resolve as they run past the 1,000 metres. Up front there's some pressure here. Beauty Bolt on the outside of Healthy Happy, and they're 3/4 clear. We Are Hero. Beauty Bolt is going to take the lead into the turn at the 850. Running fourth rather, is steps ahead on the inside from 6-pack, a bit keen, and there goes Juno Pride. Off and around them there now for Andrea Atzeni. The pace has only been moderate. Then came Galactic Voyage, followed by Gorgeous Win at the 600 metres, who has 3 behind him. Mugen, Mighty Mast and Infinite Resolve. They're 4 abreast coming up towards the home turn. Just over 400 metres left to travel. Healthy Happy there on the inside of Beauty Bolt. Juno Juno Pride, We Are Heroes gone. Steps ahead, 6-pack Galactic Voyage, Mighty Mars, Mugen, Gorgeous Win, and behind them Infinite Resolve. It is Juno Pride who's made the lead here off a long sustained run. 6-pack, Mighty Mars is coming. The run of Beauty Bolt's come to an end. 6-pack has moved up to Juno Pride, fights Juno Pride. 6-pack rolling down to the inside but wins. 6-pack over Juno Pride, Mighty Mars and Galactic Voyage. Infinite Resolve, and then came steps ahead Beauty Bolt. A break in the field to Mugen, Healthy Happy, Gorgeous Win, and We Are Hero. 6-pack, Douglas White, Alexis Badel, the son of Rubik. And he went off at 5 in the end. There was some late money for steps ahead. He was Brown Lamp, but 5, 11, 7, and the fourth Galactic Voyage. 6-pack is second win at start, number 13 here this afternoon. Douglas White, Alexis Badel. Juno Pride was brave because he was on a rise at 3.7. Still money for 13. They're racing. Away they go. Gustav Sissimo jumped away well from out wider. Endurance Express going forward, as too is Vigor Happiness, and towards the inside Elite Golf, My Mars and Titan Pegasus. They're in turn followed by Almighty Lightning around Sugar Sugar. Comet Majesty wider on the track. Then came Mickley, one off around Star Rise. Wider Flying Fortress, Luna Dash, and at the tail end of the field is Cool Boy from barrier number 14. Pace only on the slow side again, and the leader is Endurance Express, with the other newcomer Vigor Happiness on the outside, a little fired up second. Gustav Sissimo right behind the pace with Elite Golf. My Mars, Titan Pegasus, Flying Fortress is 5 wide coming up towards the turn. Around Almighty Lightning, there as well Comet Majesty, followed by Sugar Sugar, Star Rise, Mickley, Luna Dash down the outside, and Cool Boy at the rear of the field inside the 300 metres. Endurance Express here, kicking from Gustav Sissimo. My Mars now has appeared on the scene through the centre. He's taken the lead. Flying Fortress, Luna Dash, Almighty Lightning still staying on. It's My Mars just in front here, kicking My Mars. My Mars from Almighty Lightning. Cool Boy might have got up to run third down the outside. Butters in a photo with Gustav Sissimo there towards the inner. Not far away Luna Dash, and Endurance Express gave a sight off the inside. Sugar Sugar, Flying Fortress, Mickley, Comet Majesty, Elite Golf never went on. Star Rise, Titan Pegasus, and Vigor Happiness is pulled up at the rear. 5:13. Who gets third? No, it is Gustav Sissimo in front of, well, either Cool Boy or Endurance Express towards the inside. So stand by for confirmation there. He's progressive, this guy, a 3-year-old by Advertise. David Hayes, Brenton of Della here with My Mars. He's now won at the start. They're ready for the last. The gates are back. They're racing. It was only fairly away, Baby Secure off the inside. And Yichong Glory goes back. Out fast was Golden Champ through the centre to lead Akash Varney, the red hair, Continent Express. Baby Secura, Victor the Rapid kicking up. Not far away Without Compare, Fit for Beauty, and Continent Express is trapped wide, a little worse than midfield. Back on the inside is King of Fighters, followed by California Waves, and then came Class, followed by Yichong Glory, and the last one is Charming Legend. They went without horse 9 Prime Success, withdrawn at the start. Pace is okay as they run off the back straight, 800 metres left to go, and Golden Champ out by a length and 3/4. Running second is Akash Varney, third on the outside, the red hair, Baby Secura, the favourite, fourth tucked away, Lock and Key on the inside of Victor the Rapid, Without Compare, Continent Express covering ground from Fit for Beauty, and then came California Waves, Class, King of Fighters under pressure, and the last one, Yichong Glory. It is Golden Champ down towards the final 350 over Akash Varney, the red hair, Baby Secure. He's got the gap through, one off if he's good enough, the favourite, King of Fighters, Without Compare, Fit for Beauty, Victor the Rapid, but it is the red hair with just on 100 metres left to go, has got the favourite Baby Secure in trouble, and the red hair is streaking away with the last over Without Compare, Fit for Beauty, Baby Secura, and California Waves. King of Fighters followed there by Yichong Glory. Next to run through was Victor the Rapid, Golden Champ, Akash Varney, Class, Continent Express, and the last one on crossing, Charming Legend. They went without horse 9 Prime Success, withdrawn at the start. 6, the red hair, Frankie Law, Matthew Poon. Second, Without Compare, Fit for Beauty. Third, Baby Secure, the 2.1 favourite, has only managed fourth. And the red hair, He'd been threatening to do this for a little while. He's gone off in the market at 13 and 3.3.